Good morning. This is my second trip out this morning. You can see they're already cooking over at Laura's Victual House. Never get tired of that pun. And we're going to head over to the traditional crafts demonstration area. Now, I sometimes refer to this as a buckskinner's rendezvous, which isn't really quite right, though there's several of them that's basically the time period they're going for. There's some that are a little after that, some, that are just sort of somewhere in the later 19th century. They usually only have one or two people in buckskinners. They call it a traditional craft demonstration area, and I suppose I really should too. As you can see, the Pepin Motel is in the very great place for staying for this event because I guess you could say there were 4 spots for things going on. There's the museum, which is at the far end. There is the cabin, which you also have to go out for. Then there's the park and the traditional craft area. And so the Pepin Motel is between the 2 spots with the most going on. Do Kitty and Tom want to say good morning quick, even though I know you're busy?
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, we are having a nice, bright, sunshiny day, and it's going to last, right?
That's my plan.
So
50% chance of rain is 50% chance of no rain.
That is right. So somebody said something like that. They said, about the glass half full or half empty, but it's really all full because the other half's air.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you are our resident tinsmith, and it looks like you've got some absolutely gorgeous cookie cutters.
Making small things, ornaments this weekend, starting with plain tin plate, and I'll show the process of marking a pattern and cutting tin and shaping it.
And you always do such a nice job with that.
Well, thank you.
And do you have one of the last original design, unless you think of more cookie cutters?
Well, let's see. I have some Laura Ingalls Wilder cookie cutters. This is 2013 Nellie Olson right on top. I haven't quite got my things organized. This is the first design I did,
really?
Playing the fiddle. And that's from 1992. I've got Wild Uncle George blowing his bugle from 2009. This is Laura's Happy Birthday cookie cutter from 2017. And this is this year's design, the big store on the lake shore.
Now, I loved it the time you made the smaller ones of your old designs, and I'm going to poke you on camera, though I'll probably edit it out. Are we going to do some more of those?
I don't know. I guess the only small one I think is the little house.
Okay.
But you'll have to remind me if there's another one.
All right, well,
I'll unveil. I've been working on new ornament designs. This is a new
that's
Christmas
very
tree star
pretty.
with some tinsel hanging on it.
That is very pretty. What are you doing?
I am making a bowl out of some found wood. We think it's a soft maple. So, and it is so far. It's nice and soft and it's white all the way through. So I'm sticking with the maple story.
And I see you got a sawhorse there and a draw knife, which we learn all about in Farmer Boy.
Good, yeah. And this is actually a bowl carving bench.
Oh.
That we customized.
That was what I meant to
just
say.
for that. And this is my shaving horse.
I said it wrong, didn't I? Okay.
Oh yes, you did. Yeah, you're saying.
Okay. So you had a specific. Would they have had a specific table for that?
Mm-hmm. Every trade had their own version of specific to whatever they're making. Yeah. Even this shaving horse is a Germanic design with the head on the end of the pivot. The English had theirs where it was a cross piece that went back and forth with 2 pivots, one on either side. barrel makers would have one, coopers would have something, bow makers would have something else.
Well, I should have started by, do you want to say your name?
Oh, my name is Ken Larson.
God morgen. Min namn är Olli Ollesen. Jag kommer från Fröja, Norge. Hvordan står det till? Kan du snacka norsk? Nej.
No, speaking Sie Deutsch.
Deutsch?
Sprechen Sie.
Sprechen die Deutsch?
No, no. That's as
Well,
close as I
What I
get.
said was, good morning. My name is Olli Ollesen. I come from Fröja, Norway. How are you today? Yeah. You know, I immigrated from Norway for 2 reasons. In Norway, when most of us in Norway, even though we live on a farm, and we have goats, we use it for milk and cheese. Most of the men on Fröja are fishermen. Are you a fisherman?
No.
Oh, well, anyway, we fish the North Sea. And every day that we go out to fish, the women say a prayer for our safety. Because when you fish the North Sea, it's very dangerous. Not only does that boat rock back and forth, like it would on Lake Pepin, but the water comes over the boat. Is that exciting? You know, if you fall off the boat, you probably will never be found again. Very dangerous. So that's one reason I immigrated. Now, the other reason I immigrated, you know, in Norway, the oldest son inherits everything from the father. So I was born on my father's land. I grew up on my father's land. I got married. I built a house on my father's land. My father died. All of a sudden, I'm living on my brother's land. So I have a choice to make. Do I stay on my brother's land for the rest of my life, or do I come to America and get my own life? I decided to come to America.
That is great.
You know the last thing I did before I left Norway?
What?
Burnt my house down.
For the nails?
Yeah, you must have immigrated before.
My family did.
Yeah, I burnt my house down for the nails. Doesn't that make sense? I mean, where are you going to get nails here in America? Maybe a blacksmith? Do you know what a blacksmith charges for nails?
Not off the top of my head, but I know it is a skilled labor, so it isn't cheap.
Yeah, neither do I. I never bought any. I did find out later, a penny a piece. Now, why would I spend a penny a piece on nails when all I've got to do is burn my house down, once it cools, send my children to collect the nails?
Could you tell us your name?
Olli Ollesen.
Your real name, or is it
Oh,
Doriosa?
that's my stage name. Yeah. No, my real name is Roger Hellisvig.
Okay.
Yeah, I use my great-grandfather's name when I tell the story. Because he's the one that came from Fröja. Yeah? Anyway, this is a gift box.
Another really popular thing is the hands-on musical instruments display, and I am sure this will be full of kids later. Hello.
Hi. It's an arrowhead. So, this is a deer tine. This is a piece of buffalo hide, and it works as a good pad for me to pressure flake the edge. And that little popping that you hear is a flake coming off the bottom side. So I push with the tip of the antler on the edge, and if I'm on the top edge, it flakes out on the bottom. Simple as that. Called flint napping.
And what's your name?
My name is Robert Kuiper.
And there's that pretty pin apron again.
Yeah.
And you're just getting ready to start weaving them.
Yep. Just gotta put these all tight.
This is the fun part, right?
One of the things that I never have done is they have a race, and these are the people who've completed it. Remember, right in the corner where you are, I hope you're enjoying coming along on this trip with me, and that you'll remember to check out all the other videos from this trip or any of the others. Check back on this video channel to find videos not only for the trip, but for all sorts of different things, including In the Kitchen with Laura and Trundlebed Trails. Then look for us all around the web under Trundlebed Tales, on our blog on WordPress, on our podcast on Blog Talk Radio, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And no matter where you find us, remember to click the bell, honk the horn, and subscribe.